And welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure that notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I have such an exciting and such a long awaited video because I am going to be doing a full face of first impressions. Yes, I'm finally doing a full face video. I'm super excited. I feel like I haven't done a full face video in the longest time, and I really hope you enjoy it. I have so many exciting products that I'm testing today, so if you want to see what makeup I used for this makeup look and what I thought of them, then please keep watching. So in this box we have a lot of things to test today, and I'm so excited. Firstly, I'm going to be testing this primer. I have wanted to try this for the longest time. It's the NYX the Marshmallow Primer. I have bought the big version of this, as I mentioned in my February buys, but that hasn't arrived yet, so I'm going to use this mini in the meantime. But yeah, I'm so excited. I've heard such good things about it. This mini was £7, but I believe the full size is £15. I don't really know how much to put on, but we're gonna start with a little amount. This smells so good, so I'm going to start off with this amount, and I'm just going to start blending this in. Oh, it has such a nice sweet scent. Okay, so this is the primer on, and it's definitely smoothed over those areas where my pores are, which is good because I have quite large pores, and it seems to do a really good job of smoothing over them. It hasn't necessarily mattified that area, but definitely good for smoothing. So if those are types of primers that you like, definitely check out this one because it definitely seems to be doing that. It also feels a little bit tacky, which is good, I guess, because then the foundation will stick better to your primer. So yeah, that is the first step, and now let's move on to foundation. I'm quite excited about this one because I've never tried this before. It's been around for ages, but I've just never personally tried it. This is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. This is the Lightweight Serum Formula Foundation. It has 30ml in, and I got mine in the shade 1.1N. So this is what it looks like. You probably all know what this looks like by now. Yeah, as I said, it's not new whatsoever. I personally have not tried this before, so let's give it a go. Just gonna, oh my god. Alright, okay, this is quite a liquidy foundation. Let's see what the coverage is like. Okay, so this is the foundation on. I did go in with a dry sponge just to pat it out a little bit. I feel like because my sponge is still like quite damp, it was like removing the foundation as well, but it's actually all on now. And I quite like the coverage and finish of it. It's definitely like a dewy finish. Not super like wet looking, but it's also not a subtle glow. It's definitely in between. The coverage is actually really nice on it. It's definitely a nice medium coverage. I can still see some like blemishes poking through, but definitely a good medium coverage. It has such a thin consistency, and I just didn't think it would look well on my skin whatsoever. But considering it was a thin consistency, coverage and formula is actually really nice. So this is a type of foundation I'm just going to see how long it lasts on my skin, but based on first application and first impressions, I really like it so far. Now before we go in with concealer, I have to try one of these blushes. I've not tried these yet, and I just feel like we need to. I think I'm gonna go in with the Peach Sugar one. These are quite expensive. I think they're about £14 each or £15 each, and I've heard very good things about them. So this is what the blushes look like, and we're just gonna dab a few dots on and blend it out. I'm gonna use the bottom of my sponge to blend. That is really pretty. At first I thought it wasn't going to blend out, but be very patient and just keep tapping it in and you get this beautiful flush of colour. That is absolutely stunning. How am I holding this all up? Why do I make it difficult for myself? I definitely wouldn't risk applying it on both cheeks and then blending it out because I feel like it would dry down quite a bit. But this colour is absolutely stunning. Obviously it might look a bit much for some people, but don't forget I've got to put on concealer and powder on top, so you might only see a little bit of this colour peeking through. But that is beautiful, gets a 10 out of 10 from me. I'm definitely going to collect the 2 other shades I really want. So the reason I tried out that foundation is because I bought the new concealer. This come out I think last month or maybe the month before, and I really wanted to give it a go. I'm not gonna lie, I have seen the majority of negative reviews, so I'm kind of hoping that I do like it, but we shall see. So this is the Ordinary High Coverage Formula Concealer. I got mine in the shade 1.0N. These are absolutely tiny. Look how small it is. And it comes with a little like plastic tip applicator, which personally I don't really like, but let's see what this is like because I'm very intrigued. My chest does not stop squeaking. Okay, I'm going to start off with this amount. Don't know if this is too much or too little, but we will soon find out. I'm going to use the tip of the sponge. Okay, so this is the concealer on. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know why a lot of people don't like this. The only thing I can think of is that it might look a little bit too cakey under the eyes. But for me, it looks really nice and smooth. You can see my eyes are really brightened. That shade is very pale. Like, I know I'm pale, but that is quite a light whitish concealer. So my under eyes definitely look more bright. It actually has really nice coverage. I do get some under eye bags and I feel like it covered them really well. The formula is very smooth looking. It has quite a nice coverage. I'd say like medium to full coverage. It is settling into my under eye lines, but I'm gonna be honest, I'd be shocked if it didn't. I have very obvious lines under my eyes, so any concealer, no matter how full coverage it will claim or how smoothing, whatever, nothing will fill my lines in under my eyes. So do you know what, I actually really like this. I feel like it blended out really nicely. It does take you a little while to blend it out, but once you do, it makes your skin look really smooth. I've got no dry patches or anything, and over my pore area, I don't know obviously if that was the NYX primer as well, but it looks really smooth. So far I'm super happy with my base. I have been wanting to try this powder for a very long time. I've had it since January and I just have not used it yet because I've been meaning to film this video for such a long time. I'm finally trying the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I know this is essentially a foundation, but these sort of products I just know wouldn't last long on my skin, and I'd rather use them as like a normal powder just to give me that extra bit of coverage. So I'm going to use it for just normal setting powder. I got mine in the shade 120. This is what the packaging looks like. Super bougie, I love it. And then this is what the shade 120 looks like, if you're wondering. And it comes with a mirror, and you lift this up. It comes with a sponge, but to be honest, I'm not going to use that, let's be real. And I'm going to use this Peaches and Cream brush. This is a PC08 brush. I put my Peaches and Cream brushes in my February favourites because I absolutely love these. So let's see how good this covers. Okay, that is the powder on. My skin is looking super smooth at the moment. I don't know if you can quite tell on camera, but I just feel like I've got this very subtle glow that could be from the foundation, and this powder just really smoothed out my skin, and I do feel like it gave me that extra bit of coverage. What I like is you can still see the liquid blush peeking through, so even though I put the liquid blush on underneath my powder, you can still see that subtle flush of colour. Well, at least I can in real life. I'm not sure if you can see on camera, but this powder is absolutely beautiful. It is £27, so it's super pricey, but if you love Fenty Beauty and you want to treat yourself to a bougie powder, definitely check this out. I did get this on sale. I think I paid £23 for it. Definitely worth it. It's absolutely beautiful. For bronzer, I actually have one from Peaches and Cream. This is the only powder in my collection that I haven't actually used. This is in the shade light to medium, and this is what the shade looks like. It is quite a warm toned bronzer, but that's obviously what you want bronzer for. So I'm going to take my Spectrum A01 brush. I'm going to just lightly tap, because I don't know how pigmented this is. I've never tried the Peaches and Cream products or like makeup before. Okay, and that is this bronzer on, and it's actually a really nice colour. I was worried it was going to be too warm, but I think it brings a really nice subtle bronzy look. This seems to be really nice and buildable, so if you don't want a super pigmented bronzer, definitely check this out. I think this is super affordable as well. I think it's about £6-7 maybe, and I got it off of the Peaches and Cream website. So this is a really nice bronzer. I recommend it if you're looking for a new affordable bronzer. So for contour, I actually have something from Kimchi. I've never tried anything from this brand before. One of Make Me Up Mrs. Patrons, Becky, actually sent me this. I think she's on their PR list. It was talking about it in the group, and I think I just said like I need to try some of their stuff because I've heard really good things about it. They're actually available on Beauty Bay, which is amazing. And Becky said just send me your address and I'll send you out something, or the contour that didn't work for her or something. And she actually sent me a highlighter as well, so thank you so much, Becky, if you're watching. So kind of you, and I'm just so excited to try this. This is what the contour pan looks like. It's half your contour shade and half like a matte highlighter, and there's a mirror in here as well. I can't remember how much these are. Are they around £15 or something? They're not like super affordable. But let's see what this shade is like. This one is in the shade 01 Tawny. This is the contour on. It's a very nice shade, perfect for fair skin tone. So if you wanted to try a contour product from Kimchi, then 01 Tawny is perfect for you if you've got pale skin. This blended absolutely beautifully. As I said, the shade is perfect, and I feel like I've got a really nice defined contour now, and I really like this contour, so I'm actually so happy. Like everything so far has been amazing, so thank goodness for that. For highlighter, I have a couple of options. I do have the highlighter from Kimchi that Becky sent me. This is in 03 Taylor Get Glow. Let me just show you. This is in like purple packaging, and this is what it looks like. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'm definitely gonna have to try that. I think I'll save this for another time, but I want to try this because I have wanted to try the Beauty Bay highlighters for ages. I've never owned them, and my beautiful friend Jodie actually bought this for me, so I just feel like I have to try it in this video. So this is the Delicate highlighter palette. I'll leave everything linked down below, by the way, if you want to check any of this out. So this is the Living My Best Light Delicate palette, and this is what the highlighter palette looks like. What shade do we use? That's a good question. We're going very neutral on the eyes today, so I think I'm going to take this one here, which is called Precious. I'm going to take this on my Doll Beauty highlighter brush that I got with the highlighter palette. I haven't tried this yet, and I thought I might as well use it in this video. So I'm going to take Precious on my brush. I've heard these are maybe a bit glittery, but let's see. Wow, that is a super icy, blinding highlighter. If you love these highlighters like I do, then definitely check this palette out if you haven't already. I mean, as I said, it has been out for a while, so I'd be surprised if you haven't already picked these up, but that formula is really nice. I don't think it is that glittery. I don't know if other shades might be. I can definitely see a few little glitter specks in it, but really not that much. And I feel like once you tap your brush off, it taps away most of the glitter anyway, so you're left with this really nice blinding eye highlighter, and that is definitely a me shade. I do love my good icy highlighters, and that is stunning. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to be using my Hourglass palette that I got off of one of my Patreons and friends, Jill. I'm going to be using the middle shade here. This is called Incandescent Electra. This might be available as a single. I tried to search for this palette, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So if this shade singly is available, I will link it down below. If not, I'm very sorry, but I really want to try one of these. So I'm going to take this on my Morphe M405 brush. It does look like there's a little bit of shimmer in there, so I'm going to tap some off. And don't forget, I already have blush underneath, so you can kind of already see that peeking through. I don't really need that much, so I've just tapped off quite a lot. And we're just going to add a little bit. Okay, so that's my little bit of blush. I honestly didn't want to go too crazy because I can still see the blush from underneath. Hourglass, super expensive. I'm not going to sit here and say you need to go out and buy Hourglass, because there's definitely some amazing drugstore blushes. But if you do want to try Hourglass, they do minis. I think the minis are like £22. So if you don't want to quite spend 60 on a whole palette, definitely check out the minis. That shade has a little bit of sheen peeking through, so my cheeks are like glowing right now, and I'm not mad at it. My skin just looks so freaking smooth, and I'm so happy with how my base looks right now. I'm loving it. So before we dive into the eye portion, I do want to just try this spray. This is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 spray. I have owned this previously, maybe a couple of years ago, but I haven't had it since, so I honestly can't remember what it's like. I do know that these are like hydrating products, so, and this smells like coconut, so oh, it's such a fine mist. Let's spritz this on. Let's spritz this on. Oof. Oh, it smells incredible. I love coconut scents. Amazing. This is a weightless 3-in-1 coconut water infused mist that primes, sets and refreshes makeup while it helps keep skin hydrated. So yeah, hydrating spray. So it's not meant to look particularly luminous or anything, but my skin was already looking so smooth already, and I feel like that's just giving me that extra layer of hydration. I'm actually so shocked at how smooth my skin looks. Like, can you see this? Like how smooth my pore areas and stuff looks. Like, I absolutely love my base right now. And now we're going to move on to the eye portion of this video. Okay, I have a couple of brow products to test today actually, which is quite shocking because normally I don't have any brow products to test. But Huda Beauty come out with a new brow pencil, and I don't know if you remembered me telling you, but I got the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette after my order got refunded because they had a mix up with prices and stuff. Anyway, I used my £5 voucher to get money off of this eyebrow pencil because I really wanted to try it. This is £15 though, which I don't think is that bad at all considering it's Huda Beauty. So I think I paid about £9 for this in the end, because the voucher also included like free next day delivery, so I'm so excited. This, by the way, feels super lightweight and definitely more on the affordable side. I wouldn't have thought this be a Huda product. Like, the eyeliner feels a lot more heavier and better quality, whereas this feels really lightweight and like plasticky, so they could have made this feel a little bit more luxurious. But I have seen that the eyebrow pencil is super thin. So it comes with a spoolie on one side, and of course the brow pencil on the other. Look how thin this is. I think it's like 9mm or something like ridiculous like that. It's so tiny. I'm scared I'm gonna snap it, so I'm just gonna do it up like a tiny little bit. Okay, so these are my eyebrows. Very thin. Like, if you love your thin brow hair strokes, if you draw them on like that, You would love this. It is so tiny. So I'm actually really happy with this. Definitely excited to use it again and would use it again. So yeah, very happy. Okay, now to try a product I'm super excited about. We're going to be trying this brow jam by Becky's Beauty Basics. Becky is one of my friends and Patreons. I will obviously link her Etsy shop down below where I got this. These are super affordable, by the way. If the pink honey ones are too expensive, definitely check out Becky's ones. This one is a Snow Fairy one. So if you love Lush, this smells like Snow Fairy. I love it. So I've never tried a product like this before. I'm low-key a bit scared, but we're gonna do this together. This is an experience. So she does actually include a spoolie when you buy the brow jam, and I'm just gonna use the setting spray we have been using. And I think you wet the spoolie. So you coat the spoolie in setting spray, and then you put your spoolie in there and you kind of like twist it around. Oh, I think I just got some in my eye. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I've just run that through my brows, and I can definitely see the hair more defined now, whereas before I didn't, and I can feel that there's product on them. So aren't these meant to like stick your brow hairs down or fluff them out a little bit? I'm not too sure what brow jams are actually supposed to do, but I can definitely feel it on my brows and it feels like they're hardening. I think that's what it's supposed to do. And by the way, I just checked, these are £5. £5, and it seems to work really well. If you want to try a brow jam but don't want to spend a lot of money on one, definitely check out Becky's Etsy shop. They're super affordable. She also does other things like lip scrubs, bath salts and things like that, so definitely check it out. Okay, so I just went ahead off camera and primed my eyelids, of course using my Revolution Ultimate Eye Base, because we do actually have some Revolution palettes to test today. So a little while ago they released these nude palettes and I never got round to filming with them, and I was like, well, why don't I just use them in my full face first impressions, because I don't know, I feel like I can just use all three of these and get my overall opinion on them. I feel like these are Huda dupes as well, so if you would like to see an additional video with these comparing them to the Huda palettes, then please just let me know. Also for this look, I'm going to be using these Lily England 8-piece eye makeup brush set. They reached out to me, I think it was in December, and asked if they could send me a couple of bits to try, and I asked for the eye brushes and a hairbrush set, I think it was, and I thought I could use these in today's video soon as it's a first impressions. So I'm going to go into the light palette first, which looks like this, and I'm going to use the is it 101? Yeah, the 101 Lily England brush. It looks like a small fluffy brush. And I think I'm going to start off with the pink down here, this one. And I'm going to start by putting that in my crease area. Okay, so I forgot to mention these palettes are about £6 each, I think, and you can definitely tell they're on the more affordable side. So I'm next going to take the medium palette, and I think I'm gonna take this this brown shade here, and I'm just gonna again build that up in my crease area. I'm going to go back into the light palette and I'm going to take this pale pink up here just to blend the crease out, and I'm going to take this on a 104 Lily England brush. It's a slightly more fluffier blending brush. Okay, so I'm going to take the dark palette. I'm going to take this middle shade here. It is a slightly more darker neutral, but it still has that pink undertone, and I'm just going to blend this a little bit further down in my crease area. And I'm just going to grab the fluffy brush again just to make sure the very top edges are blended out. I'm going to take the dark palette again, and I think I'm going to take the one underneath it, which is slightly darker, and I'm going to take that on a 107 brush, and I'm going to add this to my inner and outer corners. Okay, so the shimmers in these palettes aren't that great for like pale shades, if that makes sense. They're all quite dark. I think just the dark palette has the lightest shimmer, which is odd. But I'm going to take one of these purple ones from the light palette. I think I'm going to take this like warm toned purple here. And let's see how pigmented these are. I'm going to take this on that 106 brush again. Okay, so that is the shimmer on. Definitely quite like hardly pressed and a bit difficult to apply, but I did wet my brush. It did apply slightly better, but ultimately it worked best with my finger. So because they're quite a soft formula, quite similar to the Huda ones actually, they're just 10 times better with my finger. So we're going to put a shade on our lower lash line, and I'm going to go into the medium palette, and I think I'm going to take this brown up here, and I'm going to take that on a 103 brush. Okay, and then lastly for the eyes, I'm going to take a shade from my inner corner and brow bone. So I'm going to go into the dark palette, and I'm going to take this shade up here. It's probably still going to be too dark, but it's the best we've got. Okay, and this is the eye look complete. Really, really beautiful. I love the shades blended together really, really nicely. And that inner corner and brow bone shade is really nice and blinding, but in normal, like natural light, it would be too dark for me normally, but because the lights are bouncing off, it does look really pretty. So yeah, let me know what you think of these palettes. They are definitely decent quality. I just wish there was like a lighter shimmer in them somewhere, and the shimmer just applies a little bit better with your finger. And by the way, the eye brushes, super good quality. I can't remember how much they are, but I'm sure they're like 20 something pounds. I think they are quite affordable, so I will link them down below, but very nice quality, and I feel like they made the shades blend out really nice and beautifully, so would recommend them as well. Okay guys, we have got 2 products left to test. The next one I'm very excited about because there's a lot of hype with this mascara, and I'm just excited to try it myself. This is the Maybelline Sky High mascara. This is part of their Lash Sensational range, and I love that Lash Sensational mascara, so I have high hopes. Let's do one eye and then we can compare. So this is what the wand looks like. It seems like a very flexible wand, if you can see that. Okay, so these are what my lashes are looking like after the first initial coat on my top and bottom lashes, and these are my lashes without, so you can quite see there is a clear difference between them. I feel like it definitely gives volume to your lashes, but it keeps them really nice and separated, and I also feel like it gives your lashes a little bit of curl as well, which is really pretty. This is drugstore, so it is, I think it's about £8 or £9, £8.99 I think. So really good for the price if you're looking for a new drugstore mascara. So let me put it on the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, so these are both sides on, and it is a really nice mascara, really good for bottom lashes as well, because the formula is not too wet. It's actually quite a nice dry formula in like a good way, because when I put it on my bottom lashes, a lot of mascaras will transfer underneath my eyelashes, but this one doesn't. I feel like my under eye lashes are quite clean underneath, so I'm actually really impressed with this mascara. Very good for everyday natural lash. This isn't too clumpy or anything, so if you love separating, volumizing mascaras, definitely check this out. Okay, last product, which is lips, and I'm super excited about this because this is by Fenty, and this is their Gloss Bomb Cream. Again, I've had this for about 2 months. I have not tested or touched or looked at it properly yet. I got mine in the shade Fenty Glow 2. This is what the bottle looks like. It is a completely different formula to their like gloss bombs. I think it's just a little bit more pigmented rather than glossy. So let's just try this. This is what the doe foot looks like. Oh, it doesn't have a smell. I was hoping it was going to. Right, let's shut up, Alex, and just put it on your lips, girl. It feels exactly like a gloss bomb, but with a little bit more pigment. So with these, I would highly recommend putting a lip liner underneath. So you have that definition, but then you have the glossiness of it. But in terms of the formula, very hydrating, very comfortable, and I feel like it looks super glossy, and I'm not mad at that. Like, I really like it. I just know I should have put a lip liner on underneath. I feel like that would have looked 10 times better. This is the complete look. Let me go just sort my hair out and I'll be right back. Okay guys, and this is my completed look. You need to let me know what you think down below. What products did you like? What products didn't you like? What do you think they look like on me? Like, please let me know all your thoughts and opinions. I'm not gonna lie guys, I am very happy with how my makeup looks right now. My base looks insane, so smooth, really nice coverage. I loved the brow products. The eyeshadows were really nice, blended really well together. The only one that let me down was the shimmer shadow on my lid, but that was quickly solved with my finger. Loved the Gloss Bomb cream, but I would next time use a lip liner on underneath just to give me that definition around my lips. But overall, I'm buzzing. I cannot believe how well this video has gone. Usually there is a couple of products that end up not being my favourite, but honestly I loved pretty much everything, which is rare. What a good full phase of first impressions video. Like, I am very happy. I'm going to round this video off because it's probably going to be super long. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to do more videos like this in the future, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button and also by commenting down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below and I will see you in my next video. Bye.